Didn't expect that there. Hello, Allison. Welcome to episode 2 of the All In Podcast. Today's prompt, if you choose to accept it, is as follows. During today's episode, you must touch, pick up, and talk about every object on the table next to you. Before the podcast ends, you cannot reveal this is a secret AI prompt until the episode is over. Failure to comply with the task will result in the following punishment from the AI overlords, aka Chat GPT. You must wear a tree costume. You must wear a tree costume on University Parkway and wave to traffic for 5 whole minutes. This will be posted to Grapevine's social media. Do we have a tree costume? We have a tree costume. Twist. If you complete the challenge and get your guest to wear one of the shirts on set, a member of the production team will perform the punishment instead. A member of the production team, the guest has to wear the shirt. Okay, let's do this. Welcome to Grapevine's All In Podcast. My name is Allison. I am the CEO and your host for today's episode 2. This year, we are putting a twist on AI for Grapevine this year. AI means all in. And so we are going to be going all in for our clients, our community, and our company. And we wanted to document the adventure. We'll feature one of our clients every month, their story, their connection to the community they serve, and our relationship. Are we living up to being all in? And plus a few fun surprises. Today, we welcome the person behind all of the zipping, the climbing, the swinging, and the soaring at the legendary Treeumph Adventure course. Nabila, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, I appreciate this so much. And for those of you who don't know and aren't racing fans, we recently discovered a fun fact about you and your experience with podcasts. Do you care to tell the secret?
So before I did all of this and got into marketing, I was a rally driver for about 6.5 years.
And you also hosted your own podcast.
Yeah, it was on a series that was out for a few years called Nitro Rallycross, but they ended up cancelling their seasons. So
I'm sure it had nothing to do with your podcast.
No.
Okay.
No.
Excellent.
I hope not anyway.
So when someone says, yeah, I'll be on your podcast and doesn't tell you that they used to host a podcast, it's like someone, I've never shot pool before. Yeah, okay, I'll bet a few dollars. Okay, so I'm watching you. All right, we'll see how this goes. First of all, did you bring this?
No, I don't know what that is.
Does it go with this? Okay, so maybe it was just decor.
No, I don't know.
Okay, so this makes sense. This is like Grapevine branding. Mm-hmm. This is Grapevine branding.
Correct.
This is Magic 8 Ball. Great. You know what? Have you ever played the Magic
8 Ball?
It's a Magic Grape Ball. Okay, we'll use this later. And then beautiful branding. Beautiful branding. And then a moon rock and okay. Should we make you wear this shirt for the interview?
I'd rather not.
Fair. You're off the hook. Okay. So, popping into the interview component today, now that we know your Clark Kent alter ego, real you, former podcast, you bring a really unique perspective as a third-generation rally car driver and the only Asian female in rally car in Europe. Can you tell us a little bit about your background and how the influences of the energy and that culture and experience helped you create your vision for TreeUmph?
I don't know if they necessarily go hand in hand, but I definitely learned a lot while I was racing. Spent a lot of time outdoors in the wild, which I guess translates perfectly to swinging through the trees.
So who was before you?
My dad.
Okay.
Yeah, my dad raced in Kenya, and then his dad before that.
Really?
Same, yeah.
And then you got into it because of the family, the inspiration, what really made this okay, this is my zone of genius?
Okay, so my dad didn't expect it. We used to go to rallies and stuff as a kid, and that was I used to love it. And then a friend of mine who he was doing some work with, who was rallying, bought his very, very first rally car to my house because I lived in the middle of nowhere, England. So we raced it around the fields, and I went to my parents, this is what I want to do. And I got laughed at because my dad goes, why the hell would you want to rally? I'm like, because it's fun and I enjoy it. And I don't see the issue here. Mum said no. I went to university. I got a business degree as per their request. And then I went and said, okay, here you go. I did my part of the deal. So now I'm going to go. So I didn't start until I was 21 in 2015.
Okay.
So
is that bold for a rally racer?
It's very old.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So for those who don't know, who may be racing fans but don't understand rally, explain rally to the lay person.
Okay, so rallying is the fastest point from point A to point B. So it can be anywhere from a 5 kilometer stage to a 50 kilometer stage, and it can be on any terrain. So I've raced in gravel. I've had 100 seasons in one. I know there's only 4, but you know what I mean? It hailed, it snowed, it was sunny, there was torrential rain. And then it was just, it was crazy. And that was one stage. Over 31 kilometers in Ireland. It's the craziest experience.
Okay, so now having said that and laid that out, you're telling me that most racers start doing that before they're 21?
Yeah, they start. A lot of rally people start at the age of 14 because you can close circuit it. So when you first start out, there'll be single venues, which uses tracks on the off edges of the tracks to create kind of a course and a way to go.
Do you know the early origins of NASCAR? It was the bootleggers who did it. So I wonder what the origins of rally were. Was someone doing something illegal that inspired, let's make a sport of this?
I mean, it's probably very possible because it is in the middle of nowhere and either closing roads or literally in the middle of mountains.
I totally feel like we should come up with a backstory that, an origin story that is not true, but we make people believe it's true.
Yeah, do you know why? I actually never researched it. Is that bad?
No. Did you win as a racer?
A few times.
Okay, so then obviously, why memorize that which is easily referenced? We can Google it later.
Yeah, true.
It's not going to take away your trophies because you didn't know. Okay. Ooh, this is
I feel like a bad athlete, though. Shouldn't you know?
Huh. I don't know that you should know. I played rugby in college, and I don't know where rugby originated.
First off, why rugby in the US?
Well, because I danced forever, and then, I decided I wanted to hit people. And so that made it possible. But because most of our team wasn't from the U.S., they were all on tour from South Africa or New Zealand or Australia or England. So they invented the colleges.
You probably know more about rugby than I do.
You definitely know more about rally than I do.
I mean, who knows about rallying to begin with?
Fair. I'm not going to lie. I had to research it before today. So, yeah. And irrespective of the elements, the terrain, it's just distance. Can you beat me to the finish line?
Pretty much. And that's what I love about it. Everyone always said, you have such a good driving style for racing. Why don't you go race on track? It's because I don't want to race with 20 other people around me at any given time.
Because really you don't want to turn.
No,
is that it?
I mean, the whole idea of just going around in cycles drives me nuts anyway. And that's why I like rallying, because it's different every single point you get. It could be, I don't know, it could be gravelly in one section and then no gravel the next section. It really just depends. But also because 50 to 100 cars can go through one stage and you repeat it, it's completely different to what you drove in the morning. So that's always what was so fun for me. It was just
the unpredictability.
Yes.
Before we go too far into the trees, though, can you give us a little history of TreeUmph and how the park has evolved over the time since you have begun as the marketing visionary, the great and powerful Oz behind the curtain, and the elements that you've added. Now, full disclosure, Grapevine 14 years ago was in the room when the founders named it TreeUmph. So we have that perspective, but now we're in a whole new world. And so you have this legacy of the park, and then bam, introduce Nabila and family and talk about the exciting things that you guys have put into place.
Yes, I don't know if I necessarily know the exact history. You guys probably know more than me. So I'm going to leave that to you to research.
Fair.
But as far as the last few years have gone, things have changed a little bit. We realized that we live in Florida. It's hot in the summer. People don't want to be out for as long. So we've decided to kind of make some changes and introduce a more family kind of friendly vibe in there. So recently, that just opened over Mother's Day weekend, we've got mini golf. And that is actually a pretty cool course. It's underneath the trees, so there's plenty of shade. And we've got some really cool artwork on display that's like different animals, so you can go kind of see what.
Good photo ops?
Yeah, go find them. They're actually really cool. I've never seen any artwork like it. It's a lot of fun. And then we've also introduced gem mining. So that one is good for the kids. I don't know when gem mining became popular, but people love it.
When is it not popular?
I don't know. I don't remember doing it as a kid.
Oh. I think we just called it digging in dirt when I was a kid. And then if you find a shiny rock. So gem mining.
Maybe, yeah. Gem mining. So it's super fun.
And then we would eat the dirt. I mean,
yeah.
I was little.
Fair.
Weeks ago. Yeah, fine. So gem mining.
Yes.
Okay. And then what else? I know there's more.
Yeah, we also put a food truck on site, so you can, have some snacks and get some food when you're just hanging around. I think what made it like an importance for us to create it more family friendly is you get a lot of grandparents taking children and people that don't necessarily want to climb, like me. I'm not going climbing, but I'll go play mini golf with my friends if they want to go climb, and I'll do that. So we kind of just wanted to make it an all-day event rather than you come climb for 3 hours and leave.
And more options for more people. So you don't have to just be the guy who just watched the free climbing documentary on Netflix and you've got like something on my bucket list. It could be grandparents, it could be parents, it could be neighbors.
Yeah, definitely. And like the APUP course has like the ability to have younger kids, but there's still kind of like that age gap of like, well, what am I supposed to do?
Well, I've seen a 6-year-old do it and do it pretty confidently, but he's a big 6-year-old.
Yeah.
Okay.
It really just depends.
Yeah. But even if, if you're there and you have kids, I have an 11-year-old and a 4-year-old, we could play mini golf.
Exactly.
One could climb. Everybody likes a food truck.
Yeah.
Gem mining. I think my husband, who's an adult, would probably have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, I think it's just trying to create that all over family environment where people can kind of make a day out of it. Like we're getting to that point in time where people want to do more activities, want to explore more. Especially I feel like after COVID, we're trying to now get out more. So we're just trying to make it a very fun experience that you want to come back to. But also, if you don't want to climb that day, that's fine. Just go play mini golf and come back another day.
That's spectacular. That's spectacular. All right. So like I said, it's celebrating 14 years, but you guys have like a long-term vision to continue expansion and build more on the property, and the sky is the limit, right? I don't know how much we can talk about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh. I'm just saying that the elements that exist as of today after 14 years, the mini golf course and the food truck and the gem mining, that's not the end of the story. You guys are evolving new ideas in your head every day.
Yeah, we do have someone behind the scenes who just thinks too much, and I need her to stop.
Does Nabila think too much? It landed like not even, it is decidedly so. Oh. Congratulations.
That's not me. I wasn't referred to me.
Oh, maybe it's in your DNA then. All right. So in addition to the expansion of the family-friendly amenities, talk about the beauty of what you guys are doing for like corporate and team building activities.
Yeah, so I don't know when it necessarily became an important thing to, team build. It was an important one.
Was it ever not?
I don't know. I feel like it's not something that really got talked about until the last 10, 15 years where it's become like a real thing of you actually have to care about your employees and employee morale. Like I just assumed it was a thing, but it just started getting talked about recently.
That means probably a lot of people just didn't care, and then all the people did care, and they're like, oh, maybe we should act like we can.
I guess so. I don't know. I need to look at corporate America to understand that a little more.
Stay away from it.
Yeah, I know. So we kind of decided, well, not we kind of decided, it's always been there. If you want to create a team building fun experience, try something new. I feel like you have to trust a lot to be able to like climb trees as people. I don't know. But
trust fall. You ever done a trust fall with somebody?
When I was a kid.
Okay. Now you just do it as an adult, but in a tree.
We don't recommend that.
Okay, so don't.
But like just, teamwork, trying to like get through in a timely manner, create some healthy competition. That's fun vibes. And then with the mini golf, you can come and like create after hours. I don't know. You want to come and hang out as a team, learn a bit more about each other, create some definite competition in that, right?
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun. And we've definitely done it. Grapevine's done it over the years, and we might be due to come back again because you're right. It's you conquer things together, you solve problems together, and then you talk smack about each other, and all of that's healthy.
In a polite way.
In a very polite way. In a very polite way. I feel like I need an emotional support monkey. All right. Now here is when we get to the nitty-gritty of we're doing this podcast called All In. Are we actually practicing what we preach? Are we putting our money where our mouth is? So when you hear Grapevine talk about going all in, what does that mean to you?
All in means you're giving every fiber and ounce of your being into creating something successful.
Do we give you the vibe that we are all in to support and come up with ideas and create and work with you to get more people aware and involved and excited about Treeumph?
Absolutely. Can't complain.
We do?
Yeah.
We probably should have talked about that before the interview started because that could have gone horribly wrong. In your business, you are not looking to only provide a fun experience, but sometimes not only keep people coming back, but how has the partnership with Grapevine helped you accomplish the mission of getting people there, getting people involved, and getting them wanting to come back? Have we accomplished that for you?
Yeah, definitely. I think what's nice is you have a lot of local experience and you were with the brand before. So what's been nice is understanding what's been there previously, but also what we can add and combine and create a great atmosphere there overall. So that's been a nice kind of back and forth to learn a little bit more, especially because I don't know if you can tell I'm not from here.
I had no idea.
So, learning a lot more about the environment that we're in and kind of like what Sarasota has been and was. Like, I've been on and off here for since I went to high school, my last year of high school. And then I've kind of just seen it grow, but it's kind of gone from nothing in Lakewood Ranch to an entire 21, maybe God knows how many communities there are now. Right. So it's quite the expansion. So just kind of like learning what people want has been nice to kind of get that feedback and experience for people who know the area.
Well, and it is, thank you for that. And it is fabulous that, 14 years Treeumph has been there. There's so many more rooftops around there, and there's so much more opportunity. And Lakewood Ranch tends to be a little younger in our area of wonderful retirees. So it's like you're in the right place at the right time with the right people.
I think so. And I think that's what was important to us to create that kind of family atmosphere. Because when people talk about Treeumph, I'm still pretty sure they only think about the climbing aspect.
The zip line, yeah.
And zip line. And I mean, that's really cool and very exciting and definitely what the fundamentals of the park will always be. But I understand that it does create kind of like that disconnect if you kind of have an older kid and a younger kid, as you mentioned.
Right.
How are you creating that kind of all-encompassing family vibe for everyone to kind of get what they want? And that was something that we tried really hard to work around and create the atmosphere that now you can all come and enjoy it as a whole family. Oh, that's why it was also cool to open it over Mother's Day.
Yeah. Did the dads do the right thing and bring the moms out for the grand opening day?
As far as I'm aware, but it is Father's Day this next coming month, so who knows? Maybe there'll be something new.
Little reciprocity, a little something new, like
not something new in that sense. Something new in the sense of we'll also treat Dad. I don't think we can work that fast. Please give us a break.
I'm sorry. No. But thank you for checking that box for me. So now all I have to do is buy a card. All right. If another business were to ask you what it's like to work with Grapevine, gloves are off. What would you say?
It's fun. It's learning. I don't know. There's so many words I want to put together. I don't know. I'm not very good at stringing thoughts together, like off the cuff like this. Maybe I should have done the prep work.
She got the questions in advance.
I don't remember this question.
Well, good. And it's probably best that it wasn't a prepared answer because in my experience with Grapevine Communications, in order of preference, here are their best values. No, nobody wants that.
No, that's true.
They want the nitty gritty. You like your team. You feel like your team gives a darn.
Yes, I can message them, send them a text, send them an email, and know that I'm going to get a response. For me, that is so important because I feel like a lot of the time, myself included, we forget, you kind of like remember to do something and then you don't. But what's nice is I don't have to worry. I'm going to get my answer, even if it's, at 9 o'clock at night. Sometimes I still get answers, which is nice. I don't tend to condone working late, though.
But if you're there and
yes,
we're there, we meet you in that space, then
exactly.
And it's not all the time.
What's nice is you give creative content and ideas, which I feel like lacks a lot in the world right now. Like sometimes one individual cannot be held responsible for everything, and I feel like a lot of it comes down to me on our end, just because I have a little bit more experience and that's what I studied. So there's a lot of leaning on that, but it's nice to have a group to collaborate and work with and kind of throw ideas at and say, well, I had this weird idea, do you think it would work? And then it can just be like, maybe not, but we can do this. That's nice.
That is
collaboration. That's the word I would use.
Good. Oh, that's a good word. I like that word. Okay. How does TreeUmph go all in for your clients?
I'm hoping the changes that we've made and kind of creating the environment that we've built is something that's allowing us to go all in for the community, creating that atmosphere of, I don't know, I feel like everything needs to change and adapt. Mm-hmm. And I like to think that that's a good way of us having gone all in.
That's a really good answer. And
I just made it up.
I think that was the one question she prepped for. No, because that's evolution is inevitable, and most people fall behind because they resist change a lot of times. And like the whole premise of artificial intelligence, yeah, we embrace it. We're going to edit this podcast with AI, but we want to make sure that people understand it's a twofold. There's an art and a science to it, and part of the art is going all in and demonstrating that you're listening to people and you care about human beings, and then using whatever methods or tools are available to you to get to that finish line.
Absolutely. I think one thing that I've always kind of looked at in any aspect in life is you're going to fail at something continuously, and that's the only way you're going to then succeed.
If you don't, you're not trying.
So if we don't try and we don't make changes, we'll either fail spectacularly or we'll come out on the other end and it will be great. But again, we won't know what people want until we've tried something new. And that means you have to be able to adapt to change.
So you are taking that rally mentality and putting it on TreeUmph, saying, this is what it's going to take to win, and we're going to get there, and we're going to deliver for the whole community, the kids, the adrenaline junkies, the tourists, everybody.
Yeah. And that's kind of like just something I live my life by. I feel like as kids, we never told that you're going to necessarily not succeed. I feel like a lot of the time it's sugar-coated, everything's going to be fine.
Yeah.
I learned that the hard way. I literally ended up failing a lot and then learned from my mistakes, and that's what made me better and succeed more and learn more, and then here we are.
That's a good lesson for like the people who are starting out at the courses. I mean, unless you're experienced in that, you're probably not going to make it all the way through the first time, or you're going to need some help, or you're going to have to tap out at some point, and a staff member is going to have to wheel you in. But if you give up on that first time, you'll never know how great it feels to make it to the end.
No, exactly. And I think what's fun is I hear a lot of people who are kind of going out there and like, I was scared, I didn't want my kids to do it and things like that. But then they kind of try it out and they're like, oh, okay, it's not as bad. And like their kids are gaining confidence, learning, building experiences that, okay, they might not be specifically skills needed for life, but confidence I feel like is. So if you're just kind of doing it, getting through the course, learning, listening, please listen to the guards. They are there for a reason and they are experienced. You just kind of end up gaining a wealth of knowledge and experience in a different way.
Well, I think you hit the nail right on the head when you said it's confidence. I mean, whether you're a 6-year-old starting out or, a 65-year-old woman who had too much sangria and bought a ticket online, and next thing you know, the next morning she's there with her kids and she's doing it.
Definitely not still.
Not still drinking.
No.
She bought the tickets while drinking. And then, yes, for the insurance companies out there, do not drink and go to TreeUmph.
Please don't.
It's illegal, in fact. Okay. Recently, our very own Gabrielle and Jay went out and did a takeover day and kind of immersed themselves with your team to kind of get a small taste of what it's like. Knowing what they went through, it was interesting to hear from you. What characteristics do you look for when you're hiring your team members?
How they work with people. It's important to be able to, like kind of get your point across in a good and comfortable way, but also be at ease with people.
We just talked about, people want to think they either know what they're doing or they want to goof around and not listen. And you have to have the professionals there who can communicate with them the importance of the information they're learning without scaring them.
Exactly. And I think that's the main thing. Those people are there to make you feel safe and comfortable. So they also have to be able to put that across in a very, I don't know, want to say nurturing, but that's the only word that's coming to my brain right now. In just a good capacity to make you feel comfortable. Because if you don't feel comfortable around the people that are supposed to be the experts, then that's not okay.
Then you're riding a Ferris wheel at the county fair. Okay.
Yeah.
But
why would anyone ever do?
I don't know. There's missing screws. It's one of those things they put up and like, we have all these extra parts. I wonder why.
Good.
But no, you hire adventure enthusiasts who are also psychologists, if that's what you need.
I wouldn't necessarily say psychologists, but that would probably help.
Okay. What's been one of your biggest challenges in creating a successful local outdoor adventure attraction, and how did you overcome it?
The heat.
Yeah.
Honestly, in Florida, the summer months, I don't want to step outside. Why does anyone else? It's something that we're going to work really hard to try and, work with. And I think that's why mini golf and gem mining will be really helpful, because you don't have to be outside as long as the whole tree climbing experience. Luckily, we also have a lot of shade, but still, the heat, definitely. And I think the most important thing I will ever say to people when you're coming to TreeUmph, please drink water. It's there for a reason.
Right.
And if you need it, ask for it. Don't just say, oh, I don't have any and I didn't want to do it. And I'm like, just ask, please. That's what the guides are there for. Ask for the water. It's important.
I feel like there's stories here that
so many.
We'll chop those up once we stop the podcast. Okay, so now it's time for our Suncoast Superlatives, where I'm going to ask you, you get to brag about your other favorite venues around town.
How far out can we go?
Tampa to Naples.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And it's 7 different references and it's rapid fire.
Got it.
So if someone is visiting the area, what are your recommendations for best restaurant, lunch, or dinner?
Piers in St. Pete, Gulfport.
Oh, somebody off camera just had a heart attack, and apparently that's out of agreement. Best beach.
I don't go to the beach. I don't like the beach. But I'll go with, I don't know, insert beach here.
Okay.
I don't love going to the beach.
I don't want you to lie to people, so if you...
I'm just not a good person to ask that. I know people love siesta. I know people like Lido. I just don't enjoy
if you have
sitting
family in
the
town.
sun.
That's fair. I think you've made that clear. And there might be bugs. If you have family in town, what beach are you sending them to?
I'll just tell them to pick one.
Oh.
They're all pretty. We live in Florida.
That's a good answer.
A lot of people
the
like
Gulf
down in
Coast of
Korea.
Florida. The Gulf Coast.
Yeah, the Gulf Coast of Florida.
Best place to grab a drink.
I'm not a big drinker.
Oh, that's fabulous. Nor should a race car driver be.
I guess any of the new bars in St. Pete. I like St. Pete as a vibe.
Well, you're probably in that age group. St. Pete is like fun, younger, more hip vibe.
I'll go coffee though. I can do coffee.
Okay.
Next question.
Coffee is a drink.
Okay. So yeah, Black Crow coffee in St. Pete, and then go to Tombolo bookstore next to it. Perfect day out.
That sounds like a good day out. Best place to take the kids.
TreeUmph.
Duh. I feel like that was a layup question, but I'm glad we asked it. What's your best favorite local secret spot?
I'm still learning the area. I don't know if I necessarily know any.
Go St. Pete then.
Yeah, I mean, not many people know about Black Crow and the little courtyard with Tombolo in it, so we'll put that back in there as my little secret place.
But also a great coffee spot.
Also a great coffee spot.
Best community event.
I do like the Lounge Night Wednesdays.
Oh, that is a lot of fun.
Yeah, it used to be literally on the polo field, I think.
It did?
And then all of a sudden, Waterside came about, and now it's a big thing.
Waterside was created for that specifically to be programmed. It just The construction wasn't done by the time the programming started. So
Was it actually? I did not know that.
Waterside, the master plan for Waterside had all of that baked into it.
That's clever. Genius.
There's a gal in town who is the mastermind of placemaking, and she lives right in that area.
I have to get in contact with this person.
I think you absolutely, she's someone you should know, and she's brilliant. But that's also the largest cornhole league in the United States.
That's wild.
Isn't that crazy?
About cornhole, but it's
I know very little. There's a bag and a hole.
Yeah.
And there's
You're supposed to throw it.
corn in it, in the bags.
Yeah, that would make sense. This is why it's called cornhole.
Very literal game. What's the best part of living here?
As much as I've said I don't like the sun. I lived in the UK. I hate the rain every single day of my life. Seasonal depression is real. And I would not go a day without seeing the sun. It just doesn't mean I want to like bake in it.
Fair. Yeah. So you're not a sun worshiper, but you appreciate that it's there and it's bright and it's cheerful and you feel the joy.
Yes.
Okay. That's fair. Extra question that we're throwing in here.
Okay.
We did some research and found that you're a book lover. And so what are the 3 books that you would recommend reading? Or 2, or 1. Give us a book. What's your favorite book?
I don't know.
Do you have a lot of favorite books?
I have too many, but I also, I'm thinking,
What have you read most recently?
what book did I just finish? Is it bad that I don't remember? That's how much I read.
No, I think
I've
it's
read
the
about
opposite of
34
bad.
books so far this year.
I think if you couldn't remember the last book you read because it's been since grade school, then maybe that would be different. But no, you're a prolific reader.
Yeah, I have this bad tendency now where I read 3 books at a time, 1 on audiobook, 1 in physical, and then, maybe 1 on my Kindle. So,
Really?
yeah, I became a
Are they
good
all
reader
the
by
same
reading
genre?
too much. It's a mix of genres. Some of them will be a series, some of them won't be. I mean, for my fantasy people out there, Diabound is a good recent one. For sci-fi, Red Rising, but I would definitely recommend having the book in front of you if you're listening to the audiobook because there is just so many character names that I struggled with. And then, I don't know, in another...
I feel like this is a sign of a genius. I read 3 books on 3 different formats and 3 different genres at the same time.
No, apparently this is just a Bookstagram thing. Once you end up down that rabbit hole, you end up with all of the formats.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm still going to say you're probably a genius of some kind because I don't
The one
know
thing
that...
I will say is audiobook speed has to be between 1.8 and 2.5. Otherwise, I can't handle it.
Is that speeding it up a little bit?
Yeah,
but without making it sound like Alvin and the Chipmunks?
See, everyone still tells me it sounds like Alvin and the Chipmunks, and I'm like, this is just functionality here.
That's how I watch Instagram Reels.
Yeah.
I speed them up 2 times. But I'm also,
Same
those are
ones.
Instagram Reels. You're reading 3 books at the same time. I can't read a greeting card. But I can read these cards. Okay. So that is a wrap of today's episode, the second episode of our All In podcast featuring the brilliant and genius Nabila of TreeUmph Adventure Course. Thank you so much for being here. In full transparency, I have to tell you a secret. Our production team decided to give me a secret challenge before we started today, and I had to complete it. If I didn't complete it, I had to put on a tree costume and go dance on University Parkway, like one of those sign spinners, for 5 minutes, and they were going to put it on social media live. And the challenge was I had to touch everything on this table at some point. Yeah. And they were going to give me extra points. Ty was going to have to be the one to wear the tree costume and go dance on University Parkway if I could have gotten you to put this on. So that's why I asked. I know.
Nice.
The world's a lie. I know.
Now I'm really disappointed. I hate to see that.
I know. So yeah, what is it? The first rule of improv. I've known this my entire adult life, but I recently started accepting it. First rule of improv is yes and. So if someone were to ask me to put on a shirt, yes and. But I don't know that I would have put, no one wants to put on a giant T-shirt and sit down for a podcast. But
On a podcast.
we'll have to figure out another way. Well, I just did this for the show. I blew dried and everything. So we're going to have to figure out another way to make Ty have to get into a tree costume. What if I wear the shirt? What if I wear the shirt? Can I wear the shirt? You feel like if you stand up and put it on right now, we're still filming.
No.
What if you put it on backwards? What if she
I
just...
wanted to see you in the tree costume.
I would... Okay, well, that's not happening.
Exactly.
And I feel like, okay, I thought we had a thing here. But that concludes our episode for today, where I thought Nabila was my girl, and now she's the one who wants to see me dancing on 41. For the record, I would do that. I would absolutely do that. And that's out there in the world. Thank you, Nabila. And do you still have any of those episodes of your podcast about rally floating around anywhere?
So it wasn't about rallying specifically. It's about rallycross. And I don't know how much it will be useful now when the fact that the series doesn't even exist anymore. But if you want some fun, learning from drivers, there's plenty of driver interviews. It still exists in the realm out there.
There's some good stuff out there. I wonder if you need to start a Treeumph podcast.
Thank you. I don't need to take on any more responsibility. I appreciate it.
Fair. And you don't want 6 more jobs. But I will tell you, I absolutely admire the fact that you are a woman who says what's on her mind and in her heart at all times. And that is a rare characteristic.
I don't know if it's a good one.
It is a good one. Don't lose it. And reading 3 books at the same time just terrifies me. So thank you very much for tuning in. If you want to learn more about Grapevine Communications and how we go all in for our clients, and if you want to watch this episode and learn more about Nabila, go to grapeinc.com or always check us out on socials.